Hey, it's UG6 checking, and I'm bringing you guys my Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 video, and that's kind of why I've had such a delayed video uploading thingy. I don't know, but let's get into the review. So I got a bunch of good and bad stuff, more bad stuff to say about the game. I mean, overall, I liked it. I'm just gonna say it like that, so don't be too swayed by my review. So I wanted to start off with the campaign. The campaign was good. It stayed pretty loyal to the Naruto series until the very ending. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Then it's a game. They needed to cut it off, and that series is still going for God knows how much longer. But oh well. So, anyways, yeah, the campaign was good. The boss battles are back. If you guys played only Generations and Storm 1 or Storm 2 and you were stupid enough not to actually buy Storm 1 or Storm 2. But that's basically the campaign. I don't want to spoil anybody who's starting to get into it, and if you are trying to get into Naruto, I would start at Storm 2 because with the amount of flashbacks in Storm 2, you'll be plenty of caught up and you don't need to play the first game. They fixed the support of Hidan. Yes, I'm jumping straight from the campaign to the fighting mechanics because that's really what I care most about in the game, because I think this game has the potential to be a competitive fighting game. I don't know, that's just me, but if you watch some of the really big like YouTubers, they'll show like Sheikah's Clouds, King Goken, and like PS360 HD2, and especially Cone Maestro. They look like they could have like a competitive tournament, and it could be really entertaining to watch. So it could be on esports. I don't know. I don't know, but so they fixed it on. If you guys played Storm 1 or Storm 2 or Generations, he had an 8-hit combo. They shortened it to 4, but it still triggers the hit back. And the only way to actually physically start the combo is Hidan has to jump in and start a 1-hit combo. And if that doesn't work, then he just jumps back and you could block it. So that's really good. Surprisingly, I think the community got somewhat better. I don't know what this has to do with the game, but I mean, it's the online community, so I think it got a little bit better, as in I haven't ran into too many spammers that if you're watching the gameplay, I think I fight a little troll. He uses like Utakatu, I don't know how to say his name, but he uses him, and I'm surprised it didn't die, but he kind of raped me, and I was like, what the fuck? So, and let's see, they also fixed the awakening beatdowns. Now, by awakening beatdown, I mean if you made like a Biju, like, or like a host transformation, like you went into like a Jinchuriki, or you turned into like Susanoo or something, when you would substitute on top, like literally on top of where you were first there, and not behind them, but you substitute on top and drop back into the beating, and there's nothing you could do about it. Like if you fought like Itachi or Killer Bee online, and he would just substitute and use one of his 4 subs, they would actually fall back into it, and there's no way of escape. And another good thing is you can grab and use your ultimate while people are in their awakening. I mean, that can go both ways. Some people like it, some people don't. But overall, I like it, and I just think it's something that the game kind of needed, because grabbing is a lot more tactical than people really make it out to be. I'm gonna get into the bad stuff now, and it could be the spoilers, but it's some of the stuff that really pissed me off about this game. But I mean, I'll still play it because I guess I'm trying to start a competitive community around it. I don't know. I think it has some potential, but I'll make a commentary on that later. So, okay, let's start off with the characters. So the game promised to have 80 playable characters, when in reality there are about probably around like maybe like 50 or 60, because we have so many of the same characters. Like we have 7 Narutos, 6 Sasuke's, 3 Itachis. No, like 4. No, 3 Itachi. I meant Kakashi, but yeah, we have 3 Itachis and 3 Kakashis. And it kind of pissed me off how we had the more or less same roster overall. But I mean, if you go from the Storm 2 roster and you skip Generations and you go to the Storm 3 roster, you'll be mind blown. And I think that the little animations that they do, like when Naruto gets picked or Minato gets picked, he like flips his like time, his like teleportation kunai, and I feel like that has gotten laggy for some people. A commentator named Flyboy Kai, he's made complaints about that, so I mean, I just decided to throw that in. It hasn't personally happened to me, but if people are having problems with it, then we should address it and take it up to CyberConnect too. But it's not like they're gonna fix it, and if they do, they're gonna put a price tag on it, and they're gonna call it Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 for $60 or 70. And for all the people that got the limited edition version, that was like $80. I feel sorry for you, but I didn't pick this up day one. I actually got it half the price because I had so many games to trade in. But I wanted to also talk about. So I only have a couple more topics to talk about: frame rate, gameplay, auto awakening, tilt, Biju bombs, combo ultimate, and substitutions. Yeah. So let's start with the frame rate. So if you guys don't know, as this PS3 game runs at, or is supposed to run at 30 frames per second, when you have too many supports on the screen at once, you actually the frames actually drop from 30 frames to around 20 or approximately 15. The game runs really slowly when you have a lot of like like I said, supports on the screen. There's nothing we can do about that because I think that CyberConnect 2 is trying to do something with the PS3 and Xbox 360's hardware that just wasn't up to date, and this is what happened. I don't know what it is. We've never had this problem in the past, and the game doesn't look that much different other than the HUD or the HUDs. You don't know, or the UI, the user interface. It's just, I don't know what they did. The game doesn't really feel that much different. It doesn't have like that same feeling that you had from like coming from Storm 2 to Generations, and that leads into my gameplay argument. Like, okay, so when you played Storm 1, it didn't have the sub, and it was a little bit different. Supports didn't play as major of a role in your battle, and then when you picked up Storm 2, you had like the combo hit back, and you could Rasengan spam, you can go to your team ultimate, and you would really have to pick your chance. You really have to like smack L2 or R2 to really sub out of it, and it really sucked if you got hit by because there was nothing you could do. You couldn't like bounce back, so it's just kind of pissed off a lot of people. And people didn't even, I can't remember the time I saw like a full combo on somebody, or yeah, I can't remember the time I saw a full combo, or I've landed a full combo on somebody that wasn't Neji or Hinata, because those were, I consider them the most overpowered characters in the game, because they actually, in Storm 2, they actually sucked up your chakra, and that was your only way of substituting. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes them overpowered, but that's kind of what the Byakugan does, and that's, in a way, that's kind of what made it loyal to the anime. So the gameplay didn't feel as fresh as Generations, because in Generations they already offered the combo canceling and the chakra backdash and the substitution bar, and Storm 3 said, oh, we're going to have a new battle system, yay, and basically all that was they brought back the Storm 1 feature of the L1 R1 like capture support thingy. Like basically if you're about to be hit by like a hit back, you can click L1 or R1 at the right time or immediately. I don't know, I've never gotten it right, but I see people that do it right all the time. But those people, they can actually like, a support will come in and kick away the enemy support that's gonna hit you back for the hit back. So they just ported that from Storm 1, except made it look a little prettier, I guess. I don't know. And then they called the new team attack, where if you hold the O button, you'll turn you'll have like a yellow aura around you, and basically it's just, you can attack as a team. You can actually go from that to ultimate, so it's a good ultimate trigger for people that don't have that, and I don't think you need to have your team or support gauge up that much. So in a sense, it's minorly broken, because you can go from that to ultimate on basically everybody. So that, and now I want to talk about what they did with the damage models. Now in this game, there are a lot of OP things, ranging from Nagato's infinite, his tilt that freaking pulls you in, that people, when they substitute behind you, that's the first thing that they do. The Biju bombs, the host transformation, Hanzo Mifune, they're so fast, and it's really stupid. They didn't fix Lee or Neji. They But for some reason, they nerfed PTS Sasuke, and I was talking about PTS Lee and PTS Neji for those who don't know. And it's just like, what the fuck? We saw what they did in generations and how OP they were, and everybody was assuming that they weren't coming back, so they lost they lost their potential main users on in Storm 3. Then when that leaked image came out, all the spammers jumped up and threw a party. So yeah, way to go CC2. But back to what I want to say about damage. So Nagato's auto awakening gun does too much damage. Biju bombs do half a bar damage. Kakashi's running lightning beast jutsu. If you go into his awakening, I'm sorry, my screen just turned off. But if you go into his awakening, if you watch my Storm 3 test gameplay, I tried to hit him, but if you go into his awakening and use Kakashi's running lightning beast jutsu, it does more damage than a Biju bomb. That attack is so overpowered, and I mean, I understand that it's hard to hit people with, so if you get hit with it, it's literally all or nothing. But for people that have their guard broken, and Kakashi's goes to his awakening and does running lightning beast jutsu, that can really take a toll on somebody. And then what I want to say about the Biju bombs was, I know it's supposed to be one of the strongest jutsus in a game, or in the anime, but in reality it's a game, and they should have addressed it like it's a game and not have done an undodgeable, like you can't ninja dash across. The only ways you can actually avoid it is being Toby and phasing through it, or being Yagura or the second Okage and set up that water wall, because that thing's actually mad OP. You can actually jump on top of it and kind of walk around. It's actually really funny. That's what I do sometimes when I'm just playing around. So it's just I don't see why the damage model is so fucked up. And then I want to talk about the auto awakenings. There's not much I want to address on them. It's just not the auto awakenings themselves. But actually, I'll just talk about it. For people that do have auto awakenings and they have L1 and R1s, those are typically overpowered. For example, the Masked Man, when you use any of his L1 or R1s, he becomes transparent for at least 3 or 4 seconds, and that's a lot longer than Toby's tilt. So, and by the time you're done using one, the other one is ready. So you're basically almost invisible for a while. When you go into Minato's awakening mode, you can, I think I uploaded the gameplay in this review because I'm just doing a bunch of Storm 3 battles that I do online. They actually have a ridiculously bad curve. Minato's kunai will curve a lot, and there's almost no way around it. So yeah, and I mean, you can dodge it, but it's just the curve is really high. So if you're fighting anybody that's using Minato, if they block you with that, they're gonna automatically transport behind you and then probably grab you while you're still blocking. I don't know, but Minato's not one of the most used characters anymore because they took out his tilt spam, which was, it can go both ways, but yeah. And then Nagato's auto awakening, like I said, his gun does too much damage. You can do that like in the flick of a finger, and it doesn't even take up that much chakra. And that's another thing. Biju bombs take up almost no chakra. You can launch 3 Biju bombs, and it will easily kill somebody, and that's all it takes. Like, it takes up a third of your chakra. That's it. Another thing I wanted to address was the tilt. Now, the tilts are more or less the same. They possess the same ability as in the present games, but there is something that a lot of people don't know about yet, and I call them combo breakers or phasers, and only one person can phase. So let's look at Madara and EMS Sasuke's tilt first. Madara's tilt basically, it's basically a counter, and it shows his Susanoo Aurora, but not the physical Susanoo, but it shows, yeah, Susanoo Aurora. And if you hit it, it will actually activate the Susanoo and start his tilt. Most online players will substitute this, and it's just a waste of a sub. I mean, yeah, it's pretty broken because you can do that like during your block. Because like while I'm blocking, sometimes when I'm using Toby, I'll use his tilt, and not the combo, but the person will actually phase through me, and then they'll waste even more chakra to come back to attack me. So that's pretty broken. Then EMS Sasuke, he does like an Amaterasu shield, and it basically shields him from everything to the point where the opponent physically falls down and you can just jump up and ninja dash and start comboing. Yeah, my Sasuke, he's pretty. I don't know if I can call him broken, but a lot of people address him as. And then Toby, like I said, he can just phase through stuff while he's blocking. And people like Toby, Han, and oh yeah, for people that don't use Han, he's actually pretty good. So give him a try. He he just like lets out a bunch of steam, and it basically just like flicks you up into the air. It's actually pretty cool. So let's see. I addressed Biju bombs. They took out a bunch of combo ultimates for a bunch of people that take this game seriously and just wanted to like fool around with people. They're not here. Well, I mean they're here, but you have to find them again. So yeah, but a lot of people spend a lot of time, generations looking for them. So yeah, and the last thing I wanted to address was the substitution. I mean, let's see. They're basically as stupid as they were in Generations. Like I said, CyberConnect 2 wasn't going to fix this. And yeah, you basically sometimes when you're being attacked, like with a team attack or something, you have to substitute twice to go through like the team attack when they turn like orange. When like their aura turns orange and they go to attack, because some people will substitute once, and yeah, that'll be the end of that, because it's like the second character or the third character. Because you know how you run like, I don't know, like if a bunch of white people would be carrying like a flag or something. That's like the worst analogy ever, but oh well. So it's like you have to substitute multiple times to get out of it. So when I just see a team attack, I block instead of pushing my chances. So, and I'm not sure if you can actually grab out of the combo ultimate anymore. I haven't seen anybody do that yet online. But yeah, so substitutions basically just drop you back, and it triggers a awakening beatdown, like I said. And I mean that's really all the bad stuff I had to say about the game. Frame rates, character, gameplay, damage, auto awakening, tilts, combat ultimate, and substitution. But if you play this game for a while, you learn to tolerate this like I have, and I actually enjoy the game aside from all this bad stuff. I know my voice sounds really negative right now, but it's just how I feel about this game. It had the potential to be so much better. They announced DLC for the game, I think yesterday or the day before. I'll leave a link to PS360 HD2's website or channel below. I don't know, but I mean that's just those are just my overall thoughts on the game, the good stuff and the bad stuff. I'm not gonna talk about like characters in particular because if okay, this is my like thoughts. Like you can leave the video now if you want. I just think that people that say that characters are like OP don't realize that the characters are actually OP in the manga. So the only way for them to be loyal to the game is because they're supposed to be like they try to make this game like the anime and manga. So I thought like the only way that they could make an OP character balance was make them OP so they're faithful to the anime or manga. I was about to say anime because I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, but yeah, those are just my overall thoughts. It kind of bothered me how they didn't really update it Hashirama. I mean, they did. They made his default or left and right combo a lot faster, which was good. They kept it in his combat ultimate, which was also pretty good. So yeah, those are just my final thoughts. I mean, I enjoyed this game. If you want to play with me, you can add me. It's Bardock 600 if you guys couldn't tell already. And yeah, it's just a Dragon Ball Z reference for people who don't know. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you made it all the way to 20 minutes, yeah, leave a like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want some more Naruto stuff. Because I'm probably going to be uploading some Naruto gameplay, some Battlefield 3 gameplay. I might talk about Battlefield 4 on my channel. I don't know. I'm a pretty big guy into FPS shooters. And I might even, I don't know, I'll probably surprise you guys like I always do. But yeah, this is UG6 checking out, and if you enjoy the video, just please leave a sub, like, and comment. Okay, thank you. Bye.